What's up, weekend warriors? It's championship weekend. It's Christmas weekend in a couple days. I know it falls on a Wednesday, so sometimes that's good for your work schedule. Sometimes it's bad. I know I'll be going in Monday, Tuesday, working a little Christmas Eve action. But hey, we made it. It's the end of the year. It's been a good fantasy football season. We're gonna recap last week quickly. My predictions, week 15, after having a very good season overall, going 44-26 for regular season, 0-2 last week. So for you keeping track, I'm due for a win this week. If I predict you to win this week, you have a good shot of winning. So still 44-28 on the year. Jake ran into the juggernaut. Zach scored a ton of points. Lamar Jackson to Mark Andrews put up like 60 points Thursday night. Jake looked like he was going to battle back at some point, but Zach put up a 180 burger. Jake, maybe the best team all year from start to finish, consistency-wise, everything, but we say nah, hey, goodbye to the top seed and the last Harding remaining in the playoffs. And then Kevin and Pearson, big rivalry. Kevin is now trying to have a GoFundMe to support a boxing match between Kevin and Pearson. I can confirm that Kevin is 0-0 in his career lifetime as a boxer. But if it's the game that he's talking sounds like he's about 200-0. Pearson, on the other hand, talked a little bit of smack a little early Sunday night, and then watched Michael Thomas score a boatload of points against him Monday night. But at the end of the day, Breeze found some other guys to throw to, and Pearson, model of consistency all year. He said it to me, and I agree with him. He's always around that somewhere between 110 to 130. He got it done against Kevin. So it's now Pearson versus Zach in the finals. Two teams that deservedly belong to be here. We talked about how they got here last week. Now let's talk about what's going to happen. So Zach has really ridden the Lamar Jackson hype train all year long. He's had Deshaun Watson on his bench since probably week 3 or 4, and he's been his guy. He battled through some injuries last week to get to where he is now. He had guys like Patrick Laird in his lineup last week and still advanced, so kudos to Zach. This week, Devontae Parker's healthy again. He caught 2 touchdowns banged up last week. Julio Jones is healthy again. He caught 2 touchdowns banged up last week. DJ Chark is healthy again. He's questionable. Looks like he's probably going to play. So Zach all of a sudden getting healthy to the tune of having guys like Tyler Boyd and Terry McLaurin, who were integral to his lineup last week, now on the bench. So Zach's team's looking up. He also gets, by the way, James Conner back. He's playing the Jets. He did play last week. Zach kept him out of his lineup, I guess, for cautionary purposes. Oh, and Zach used his fab money wisely and picked up Brashad Perryman. I'm in one championship with my brother in another league. We're going against Brashad Perryman. I'm very terrified of him. The number 1 wide receiver last week. Every other wide receiver in Tampa Bay is banged up, and Jameis is slinging the ball. So this time of this recording is about 10 o'clock here Saturday. Brashad Perriman's about to go at 1 o'clock today. So could put Zach up like he did last week with the Lamar Jackson Thursday night, or could put Zach in a hole. Pearson flipped the script to his team, scrappy all year long, had to face a lot of adversity this year with some of his draft picks. Devonta Freeman wasn't the guy he thought he would be. Todd Gurley wasn't the guy he thought he would be. Todd has been serviceable. He actually has him on his bench this week against a tough matchup on Saturday night, so that tells you what he thinks about him. DeAndre Hopkins started slow, and now he's just been wonderful since then. So he had a Kittle injury, so not a characteristic year of what you would think for a team to be in the championship. He's battled through. New England's defense gave him a nice boost for the first half of the season, and hey, Pearson's here now, so kudos to him. And Drew Brees set the record last week. That helped Pearson get to a win. he's kind of hung on to these guys like Marlon Mack and Devonta Freeman all year long who have underproduced. I think Freeman has 1 touchdown in the year. This week he's at home against Jacksonville. Marlon Mack been banged up. This week he's at home against Carolina. I've seen them on multiple starts of the week websites. So these guys that have not produced could pay off here in the championship week. We talked about Hopkins. Let's talk about 2 other guys in Pearson's lineup that are wild cards that could be proved to be really big pickups. Let's start with Mike Boone. He's a sexy play this week. I, as a Vikings fan, thought that Madison was going to tough it out. Turns out his ankle sprain is actually a high ankle sprain. It was kind of one of those phantom injuries. They was like, oh, Madison's not playing today last week, so I figured that he might battle through it. But a big game against Green Bay at home. Vikings are somehow 6-point favorites or 5.5-point favorites without Dalvin Cook and without Madison. So you would think that Mike Boone would have a nice day. Mike Boone's been a practice squad guy for the Vikings for the last 3 years. He tears it up every preseason. He never gets any run. But it's his chance to prove it. So good pickup and good play there by Pearson. And he also has Greg Ward. He is currently the 119th wide receiver ranked on the year. And you're saying, Ty, commish. He hasn't played all year. It's just funny that these type of guys are now in lineups. Guys like Brashad Perriman, guys like Greg Ward. You got to scratch and claw the guys that you thought, the A.J. Greens that you drafted and thought that were going to be here at the end of the season for you. Now you're turning to guys like Greg Ward. So the Eagles got to throw it to somebody. They got a big game on Sunday. So wide receiver 3 there for Pearson. So he's got some guys on his bench he might rotate in. He's been battling with some things. I think he's got some guys like, Sanders and Gurley and Jared Cook, who's been good, and Juju Smith-Schuster. So we'll see what Pearson lands on. Look, I said I was 0-2 last week. This week I'm going to try to right the ship and pick the championship game correctly. Let me say one more thing before I do that prediction. The payouts in this league, second place will receive $300. Nice payout for second place. First place will receive $720 and a trophy. So pretty good payouts. I know both these guys are licking their chops to get a piece of the pie. I am going to actually take Pearson. I've been down on Balls Deep all year. I thought I was going to beat him out to make the playoffs. He proved me wrong. I thought he was going to lose last week to Kevin. He proved me wrong. Some of these guys, like I said, that he's hung on to all year long and haven't produced, I think they're going to produce this week. And combine that with the fact that I think Zach exploded last week. And I think Pearson, with that magic that he's had all year long with the strength of schedule and kind of getting an easier points against, I think it's going to carry over to the playoffs. Zach scored a huge amount of points last week. Julio Jones, who hadn't scored a touchdown in weeks, multiple weeks, I think multiple months, had 2 last week against San Francisco. I just see some of these guys coming back down to earth. And if anything, I'm going against Lamar Jackson in my championship league too. And I'm glad that Pearson's going against him because maybe he'll help me with some of that magic. But, hey, it's probably going to come down to Monday Night Football. We talked about Mike Boone. Zach has Aaron Jones. Minnesota's got a tough D. But Aaron Jones is one of those guys that can score 4 times in a game or he can get 3 points. Last time he played Minnesota was in Green Bay. It was week 2, 2 different teams, 23 carries for 116 yards and a touchdown. And, oh, by the way, he had another 4 catches for 34 through the air. He's going to be involved. And if it comes down to the wire where it's a close game, Aaron Jones can always explode. So, Zach and Pearson, both of you guys, wish you good luck. Both of you deserve the crown as champion. Zach has never made it. I know he was in the finals 2 years ago. He has never won. Never won a championship in this league. Pearson has won 1 championship in this league, trying to add to his total and try to catch up to Otley. So, guys, I wish you a Merry Christmas. It's been a lot of fun this year. Looking forward to watching some football this weekend. And if your team makes the playoffs, whether it's the Eagles, whether it's the Vikings, whether it's the Cowboys, good luck and wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. The commish is out.